Do you know the opposite of aunt? What is opposite of aunt? What is the opposite of wife? Tell. Husband. And the opposite of aunt? Uncle. Yes. In this poem, you will see that the poet has described about the condition, about the situation of an aunt and an uncle. What is the condition of aunt and what is the condition of uncle? It has been described very clearly by Adrian Rich, the poet. Very clearly, you know. Understand? Let us see something about the poet. Adrian Rich was born in 1929 in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. She is widely known for her involvement in contemporary women's movement as a poet and theorist. She was a poet, she was writing the poems, and also she was writing the stories, essays, etc. And she has described in most of her works about the torture, about the torment done by the men upon the women. The torment and torture done by the male upon the females. In this poem also you will see. And whenever any kind of any movement was introduced, was launched by the women, she was involved in it. Understand? There is a word contemporary. Contemporary means of the same time. Contemporary has been written in your book.
Yes, sir.
It means of the same time or period. मतलब समकालीन, जिसको हिंदी में कहते हो समकालीन, सेम समय का, है ना, कंटेम्परेरी. She has published 19 volumes of poetry. Volumes means books. 19 books of poetry, 3 collection of essays and other writings. A strong resistance to racism, American twist, racism, and British twist, racism, है ना, mechanism. A strong resistance means rebel, विरोध, अपोज, है ना, विरोध, to racism and militarism echoes through her work. Echo, you know, echo, resound, the sound comes back, the sound when the sound dashes against the wall, it echoes. Gunjana. If you are reading the work written by Adrian Rich, certainly you will hear the resonance of the rebel of racism and militarism in most of the works of Adrian Rich. बात समझ में आई? अपने लगभग सभी कृतियों में वो जातिवाद और कट्टरतावाद, मिलिट्री मैन कट्टर होता है, कट्टरवाद और जातिवाद के खिलाफ उन्होंने लिखा है। रेजोनेंस रेजोनेंस मीन्स गूंज, इको। अंडरस्टैंड? इको, गूंज। तो I said you can hear the resonance of the echo of the rebel of the oppose of racism and militarism in her most of the works. The poem Aunt Jennifer Tigers addresses the constraints of married life. Constraints means controls. Constraints means controls of married life a woman experiences. A woman experiences. So she has, Anthony Rich has picturized the situation, the condition of females in the homes, in the houses, very clearly, very apparently, vividly. But this poem was written in America. She was living in America. Hundreds of years ago, this was the condition in America, but it is not now. And in our India, you can see such position even today. If you go to the rural areas, to the slum areas, you can see the husbands behave with the wives like animals. Understand? The males understand, or you can say nearly 50 years ago, they understood the females as pet animals. Understand? They wanted to drive them wherever they wished. Wherever they wished. They wanted to drive them. You can see the question before reading the poem. What does the title of the poem suggest to you? Are you reminded of other poems on tigers? क्या यह कविता दूसरी कविताओं, टाइगर पर लिखी गई दूसरी कविताओं का याद दिलाती हैं? तो कह सकते हो हाँ, हर कविताओं में जो है प्राय जो टाइगर्स हैं वो निर्भीक जानवर दिखाए जाते हैं, लेकिन अगर वो पिंजड़े में नहीं है तो, है ना? तो let us read the poem, then we shall give the answer of this question. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the man beneath the tree. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Prance means leap, jump, उछलना, कूदना. Screen means here. Screen means the panel, the cloth on which the people do the embroidering of this thing and that thing. मतलब जो एक कपड़ा होता है उस कपड़े पर लोग कढ़ाई करते हैं ना, कभी जो है धागे से करते हैं, कभी जो है ऊन से करते हैं, तो कभी उस कढ़ाई में बर्ड्स बनाते हैं, कभी एनिमल्स बनाते हैं, अन्य अन्य चीजें बनाते हैं. In this way, Aunt Jennifer is also embroidering the tigers on the panel, on the screen of a cloth. Understand? The panel means here cloth, screen. Understood? Aunt Jennifer is knitting. Knit, you know? K-N-I-T, knit. Knit means weave. वीवर नाम सुना है? वीवर, बुनकर. वीव मीन्स बुनना, knit means बुनना. Your mothers knit the sweater for you. Understand? And the weavers weave the cloths for you. In the same way, Aunt Jennifer is weaving, or you can say knitting, or embroidering the picture of tigers on the panel, on a screen. And the tigers are running. They are leaping and jumping as if across the screen, across the cloth panel. And how are they looking? Their color is bright topaz. Topaz, do you know? Topaz is a gemstone. टोपाज एक रत्न है. पत्थर से रत्न होता है ना, बनता है, जिसको कहते हैं आप पुखराज. टोपाज मीन्स पुखराज पत्थर. पीला होता है, पीले कलर का होता है. तो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट द कलर ऑफ द टाइगर इज शाइनिंग as a bright topaz. Understand? Bright topaz denizens of a world of green. Denizens means residents, निवासी. कहाँ रहते हैं ये denizen? This word is used only for the animals living in the forest. Understand? This word is not used for the man, for female, for male. Then what is the word that is used for them? Residents. Understand? So these denizens, these residents of the green of the world means of the forest. Green word means forest. So they are living in the forest and they are jumping. Understand? Across the screen, and their color is just as yellow as bright topaz. They do not fear the man beneath the tree. Understand? And in this panel, suppose this is a panel, and she has made the tigers. It is like monkey. Understand? The man, she has made the man also. And tree also. Under the tree, the man is also there. है ना? आप इसको बढ़िया से बनाएंगे तब बनेगा. The man is there, men are there under the tree. Understand? Women are there under the tree. But the tigers are leaping across the screen fearlessly, smoothly, without any hesitation. Sleek means smooth. And certainty means with confidence. With confidence. And when there is not hesitation in your mind, when there is lack of confidence in you, so certainly you are fearful. And if you are fearless, it means you are confident. Understand? You can do everything without hesitation. In the same way, similarly, the tiger is also running, jumping with full confidence, bravely, chivalric. Chivalric means bravely. See, they pace means run. In sleek means smooth. Chivalric means bravely. Certainty means confidence. The tiger is leaping across the screen, jumping across the screen, running under the tree without hesitation, without fear, like a brave one. Understand? Bravely, heroically, with full confidence. So, the first stanza is over. Understood? Now the second stanza. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. Fluttering means fearing, waving with fear. Understand? Fluttering means waving, moving with fear. Through her wool, because she is knitting the picture of tigers with wool. When she was pulling the needle, her fingers were fluttering, waving due to fear. Understand? Already I told you fluttering means fearing. Her fingers are waving, moving this side and that side with fear. And find even the ivory needle hard to pull. And the fingers are not finding the ivory needle to pull. Understand? Means due to the fear, due to the fluttering, the fingers are unable to pull the ivory needle through the wool. Understood? Ivory needle. Ivory, you know? Ivory means a thing made of tuskers. Tusk, you know? टस्क मीन्स हाथी दांत, और जो मेल एलिफेंट होता है उसको टस्कर कहते हैं, क्योंकि हाथी का जो दांत है ना बड़ा बड़ा, उसे टस्क कहते हैं, और वो केवल मेल एलिफेंट्स में ही पाया जाता है। अंडरस्टैंड? तो हाथी दांत से बनी हुई जो मेटल होती है उसे आइवरी कहते हैं। आप लोग देखे होंगे, you must have seen the handle of the knife. चाकू का हैंडल हाथी दांत का बना हुआ। तो जिस सलाई से बुन रही है आंट, वो हाथी दांत की बनी हुई सलाई है, निडिल। सलाई का मतलब निडिल। The she is unable to pull the ivory needle. Understand? Means needle made of ivory through the wools. While she was knitting the image of the tigers, so she was unable to pull the wool with the ivory. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band. Massive means huge. very big. यहाँ in this line massive means heavy. Massive means heavy weight. Of which thing? Of wedding band. Band means फाउंडेशन, बंधन, शादी का बंधन. तो in ancient times the males understood that the wedding is done only to bring the women in their houses, in their homes, for doing the work inside the home. है ना? प्राचीन काल का मतलब 100 साल पहले लोग समझते थे कि महिलाएं केवल काम करने के लिए बनी हैं, वो भी घर के अंदर. जैसे आप जानवर पाल लेते हैं, पक्षियों को पाल लेते हैं पिंजरे के अंदर, तो पुरुष वर्ग समझता था कि ये पिंजरे की पक्षी हैं, है ना, और घर में काम करने वाले पेट एनिमल्स की तरह इनको लाते थे, इनसे काम करवाते थे. यही वेडिंग बैंड है. अंडरस्टैंड? तो she was really overburdened. She was really overburdened with the heavy weight of what? Wedding band, wedding foundations. And this wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Now there is question: why are the fingers of Aunt Jennifer moving, fluttering? So the answer is due to the fear of wedding band. Understand? And why can she not pull the needle? So she is unable to pull the needle due to the heavy burden of wedding band. Understand? This is the answer. Due to the heavy burden of wedding foundations, she is unable to move the needle. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. The meaning is clear or not? Tell. The meaning is clear or not? And if you are not clear, you can ask again. Otherwise, I am moving to the next stanza. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie still ringed. Ringed means here surrounded. Surrounded. Ringed. Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. With ordeals. Ordeals means very hard. Very hard. जानते हो इसको हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं? Do you know the meaning of ordeals in Hindi? I think you don't. हिंदी में इसे अग्नि परीक्षा कहते हैं. अग्नि परीक्षा जो है बहुत कठिन काम है. आग में बैठना पड़ता है. तो अग्नि परीक्षा क्या है? What are the ordeals here? the difficult and very very hard works aunt was doing inside the house all the time, 24 hours. She was busy in doing the hard works. Do you know? She had become a slave of uncle. Understand? Because she had married to uncle, or uncle had married with her. That is why she was bound with the foundations of wedding. Understand? So she was doing very hard work from morning till late in the night. She was fearful. She was fearful of these hard works. Not only when she was living, but also after her life. Means after the death. After the death, also her fingers are surrounded with the fears of wedding band. क्या अतिशयोक्ति है? अतिशयोक्ति अलंकार है ना? मरने के बाद कौन डरता है बताओ? मरने के बाद कोई नहीं डरता ना? लेकिन पोएट की इमेजिनेटिव पावर देखिए, है ना? कल्पना शक्ति देखिए, अतिशयोक्ति अलंकार का प्रयोग देखिए, द यूज ऑफ एग्जैजरेशन. एग्जैजरेशन मीन्स अतिशयोक्ति अलंकार. Exaggeration means hyperbole. अतिशयोक्ति अलंकार. She is telling that after her death, her fingers were lying upon the ground, surrounded with the fears of audience. देखो, with audience she was mastered by, and in these audience she was a master. You know, the housewives are master in the ordeals of the household work, isn't it? Yes. They are master of the household works. Similarly, she was also master of these ordeals, and these ordeals were surrounded around her fingers even after the death. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing. Prancing means leaping, jumping, proud and unafraid. Proudly and fearlessly. You can see the contrast and exaggeration. दो अलंकार का प्रयोग किया गया है. Two figure of speech or two poetic devices have been used. Poetic device or figure of speech means alankar. Exaggeration already I told you, and there is contrast. Contrast means विरोधाभास अलंकार, है ना? ऑक्सीमोरन. ये दोनों नाम अलंकार का है. एक्सैजरेशन चाहे लिखो, चाहे हाइपरबोल लिखो, चाहे कंट्रास्ट लिखो, चाहे ऑक्सीमोरन लिखो. Exaggeration has been used here, that after the death, the fingers of the aunt were surrounded with the hard works. Understand? Surrounded with the wedding bands. And already you know that after the death nobody is fearing. It is exaggeration. And on the other hand, contrast that Aunt Jennifer died in fear. On the other hand, the tigers are running. And on the other hand, the tigers are running proudly, fearlessly, heroically, bravely, confidently after her death. After her death, these tigers were running fearlessly, smoothly, and she died in fear. She died in fear. Who made the tigers? She died in fear. Who gave the birth to the tigers? What a good contrast, है ना? जो इन टाइगर्स की जन्मदाता है वो तो डरते डरते मर गई और ये उसके मरने के बाद भी निर्भीक घूम रहा है, टहल रहा है, कूद रहा है। अंडरस्टूड?